Hi guys, today we're going to be doing some headlights. I picked these things up for some amount of price, it was like $300 or something, on LED Factory Mart. You know, Chinese made, whatever, no big deal. They look good. Oh yeah, that's satisfying. They've got halos. They've got projectors in there. They have nice and bulky and heavy, and they got nice heat distribution fins in the back here. And it's supposed to be direct plug and play. We have two wires in the back here. One is for the LED ring, the halos, and then the other one is for, there's turn signals in the halo. It's a switchback. So the halo will either be white or amber based on how you have that plugged in. I also grabbed on Amazon for 20 bucks, 25 bucks, is this is a T harness for your daytime running lamps. So this attaches in the fender, driver's side fender somewhere, and basically tees in and gives you two leads coming out there, one for each of the headlights, which I have to run wire to and connect, because these are factory halogen. They don't have the daytime running lamps. They're only in the fender there. So this taps into the fender, and then you can run daytime running lamps on your... Yeah. So I'm going to put these in. We're going to wire the daytime running lamps. I don't think I'm going to run the ambers just yet, the turn signal. I have new set of turn signals coming, LED turn signals. When those come in, I may do that wiring then. I also have fog lights coming in that were supposed to be with this kit. They were shipped at different times, so what are you going to do? Let's get the front bumper off, or not the bumper, sorry, the front grille off, because we have to get to the back of this. And if you remember correctly, the last video I did, it's just these 6 push pins. I'm not going to show you doing it, but it's these 6, and then once those are out, this whole thing just pops out with little tabs. Alright, bumper's off. We've got 3 10mm hex heads here. We're gonna pop those out, and I think this whole thing comes right out. So let me get that going here. Alright, with your bolts out, your headlight just kind of pops right out of there. Your connector here, you have to, I believe, push down slightly while wiggling it out. Okay, I had to bring out the instructions so I pretend to know what I'm doing at least. So our yellow wire is our turn signal in these halos, and then the white wire is for the halo for daytime running lamp. So, let's see, we have some hardware that came with this nice little kit here. It looks like, well, we have 2 sets of wires, which are nice. I was going to use my own, but seeing they came with them already, I'm not going to do that. We have these spring bolts, springy, hardware-y things with these, Allen wrenches? Allen wrench. And then there's a washer, and according to this image, it looks like, what do we got here? 4, 5, 6, so not enough for 2 piece. On the image here, okay, looks like it goes on the head side, so make sure your washer's there on that side, and then your spring will go, looks like on the inside of that, and that's going to be your kind of your adjuster and all that. Hopefully those don't vibrate, but we have that. Our real next step here is I have to get this inner fender liner off, because the wiring I need to get to is in the back of this, I believe, and that is going to be for our daytime running lamps. I need to get that wire ran and put in before I get to the rest of this here. So that's our next step. Let me get the tools I need. and go from there. Okay, so I'm not entirely sure how this comes out, but I'm going to start taking things off. Like we got these little push pin pieces here. We have a 10mm nut there, another one up here. There's one up here, and then there's more of those push pins. And I think, honestly, other than that piece right there, that should be everything holding this together. There's something up here. It looks like another. Yeah, there's 2 more of those push pin type things up here. 3 more. So let me get those all pulled out. All the nuts out, and then this whole inner liner should come out. Just for quick record, these are different sizes. This was the very furthest front one, and these 2 were the back 2. Alright, I've got some wires ran here. I ended up taking some time and put them in the loom there and ran them there. We've got 1 on this side so far. This is just for the daytime running lamps. I'll have to run the amber. Has to go to this turn signal, not that one over there. So it would be stupid to run it in the loom. That wouldn't make sense, because if you turn your, yeah. So this one's here. That's going to be for your passenger side. And then I got these 2 for your amber turn and your daytime running lamp. On the driver's side, I've got them run under here. And then the T connector right here is going to end up going to that connector right there. I'm going to put some dielectric grease in there because it is up here in the fender. And then these 2 fusible connectors, doesn't matter which is which, they're both for daytime running lamps. I'm going to get these connected up to my wires here. I'm also going to be using heat shrink and make sure, it came with these butt connectors, but I'm going to use heat shrink on top of the butt connectors too. I want to make sure this is nice and sealed and I don't have to take this all apart again, because we have rough winters here in New York and I don't want to do all that. So I'm going to leave the amber alone right now. I'm not planning on running it at the moment. We'll see what I'll plan to do when the actual new daytime running lamps come in, the new LED ones. They're still coming from China, so I'm going to have to replace this whole harness anyway in the fender, and I'm hoping it comes with it. I think it does, because those will not connect into LED. So let's get these cut and tapped up here, and then we'll get that all plugged in. Alright, we have our T in place. I've got that little piece run there. Those are going to end up going to our other wires. I have the T. I put some dielectric grease in the connectors, and that side's kind of just free floating. Sorry, you can't see that. That side's kind of just free floating. That side is back in its little spot. I remove these. This is the original clip. You just pop that red thing out towards the back, and then that pulls right apart. I'm going to shorten my wires here because I've got way too much left over, and I don't want this huge bundle of wire there, because these things are about this long, as you can see. I got some room to play with, so I'm gonna shorten my wires and see how far I want to go with these, because I might not need to go very far at all. Let's see. Alrighty, I have my wires all heat shrinked up here. We're all tight up. I'm gonna kind of tuck these in with the wire here. I'm going to run my leftover loom up just to kind of cover those and tape it up. And I think we are golden on that side. Alright, we've come to the final moment of putting one of these in. Now, I believe this is this side's light. So, let me get our hardware here. And so the springs are going to go behind this. And then we're going to have our washer and our bolt, which is an Allen hex head. Okay. Hold please. So that, and then when we go to put this in, our spring will be on the back of this perch, and our bolt will go through like that, just like that. And then they're going to go in the original holes on all sides. I'm going to make sure these connectors are connected and test this light out. Alright, these are a 5mm Allen wrench hex head, or not hex head, Allen wrench, yes. And you gotta remember these are machine screws, so make sure you don't strip them going in. I know they can be a pain in the ass, but this is all connected right now. So before I tighten this up and get everything in place, I'm gonna test these lights out. Okay guys, I ran into a small issue with this T-harness. I know it was the T-harness. It was either the T-harness or it was my wiring, my butt connectors. So I opted to, because one of these, for some reason, I don't have a probe to see if this is getting power or not, but I was having issues with one of them not working. So I ended up combining the two white leads, which are the daytime running lamps, into one of these, and now they both work. I want to add really quickly that I mistakenly misunderstood how this wire connector works, and the yellow wire is the only one that gives power to the daytime running lamps. That red wire is for your amber side markers. That I believe that's what it's for. So that is why my initial thing was not working. So yeah. I have both headlights in place. They're not adjusted at all yet, but they are in place, and I will show you this working. Headlights first. You can see we have working lights on both sides. We have this thing I had to figure out. As you can see with this mess of stuff down here, I forgot that these have to possibly be programmed. I don't know for sure. Now that I've fixed that thing, I don't think that was the issue. But this is a J-Scan. Well, this is a, whatever this thing is, V8 iCar Pro. And then the security cable I got on Amazon. And then I have the J-Scan app, which in there you can adjust for LEDs and all that. And I had to do that. I can't record, unfortunately, me doing it because I'm using my phone to do it, and I'm recording with my phone. So that's that. But let's start this. And as you can see, we have both halos on. Yeah. Alrighty guys, we have our Jeep 25 feet away. We have our marks here at 36 inches high, and then I measured the distance between the center of both headlights, and that gives us our center mark. And I'm following a guide, seeing these are VOR headlights. There will be a line that looks like a L, like a jagged Z or something. When you go to beam these, it's a little bright right now. I have to wait a little bit till it gets a little darker. But when you get that beam, that mark on a VOR style headlight, it's going to have a high and then like a little Z pattern and a low. With the VOR, you want the high to be at the top of your line, which would be 36 inches for me. Your little Z cutoff would be in the center, and then your low will be over there. It doesn't really matter. But as long as your high is at the top of the line, your 36. Alrighty guys, so the beam pattern isn't exactly what I was thinking it was going to be. It's more of just a kind of an arc, so it doesn't have that zigzag type of look that it's supposed to have, especially being that it's supposed to be a VOR. But I think I've adjusted these the best I can. It's just a little bit low, but looking at it from here, I'm not getting blinded, so I think it'll be okay. I'll have to test drive around the road to see what it looks like actually driving. But I just went off. I think that calls that one done. I'm going to put the grill back on, and that's it for this video. I will be doing the side markers and the fog lights as they come. So, thank you guys for watching, and like and subscribe. More Jeep shit.